Welcome to the HCI family of podcasts. We're your source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development. We share our own original research, explore industry trends, and interview executives and thought leaders from across the globe. Join us for practitioner-oriented content around all things leadership, HR, talent management, organizational development, and change management. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with the HCI family of podcasts.
Anxiety and leading change, managing personal triggers to support your team. As a leader, you will inevitably encounter situations that trigger feelings of anxiety. Leading change, in particular, is commonly associated with heightened uncertainty, risk, and vulnerability, all known anxiety triggers. However, openly displaying anxiety can increase stress levels among your team as they navigate change. Today, we will explore how understanding your personal anxiety triggers can help you better manage those feelings to ensure your team feels supported through transitions. Anxiety and change, the research foundation. Research has consistently shown that leading organizational change is one of the most widely recognized sources of stress and anxiety for leaders. Aitken and Schermhorn, 1994, Hornstein, 2015, change disrupts routines, shifts responsibilities, introduces uncertainty, all of which activate the brain's threat detection system and stress response. Herman et al. 2022. At the same time, teams look to their leader for direction, reassurance, and emotional stability during transitions. Van Vuren et al. 1991. Open displays of anxiety from the leader can transfer that stress to the team by making the uncertainty feel larger and less containable. Ave et al. 2010. Fortunately, research also shows that with self-awareness and emotional regulation skills, leaders can manage their own anxiety in a way that supports their team. Leaders who understand their personal triggers of anxiety and have strategies to cope with those feelings are better able to model calm, optimistic leadership during change initiatives. Nixon et al. 2016. They can acknowledge uncertainty without alarming others and tap their reservoir of resilience to problem-solve challenges that arise. Day and Pullen, 2018. In this way, personal anxiety management becomes an essential leadership competency, particularly for driving organization adaptation. Understanding your anxiety triggers. The first step for leaders is gaining self-awareness of what specific situations tend to activate feelings of anxiety. Common triggers may include responsibility for outcomes that feel out of one's control, evaluations and public speaking engagements, conflicts or disagreements with others, unstructured or ambiguous tasks, threats to status or ego. To identify your personal triggers, pay attention to how your body physically and emotionally feels before, during, and after anxiety-inducing events. Notice any recurring themes and situations where tension rises, concentration lags, or distress surfaces. Also reflect on your childhood experiences and core beliefs, as early life programming often shapes adult anxiety patterns. With mindfulness and journaling over time, common themes will emerge around what types of circumstances prime your threat detection system. Once aware of typical triggers, leaders can proactively prepare coping strategies before facing such situations. Having a mental toolkit at the ready helps maintain composure when anxiety does surface and role model emotional regulation for others. Coping strategies and examples. There are several evidence-based approaches leaders can employ to manage anxiety triggers in a way that supports their team through change initiatives. Cognitive reframing. Challenge automatic anxious thoughts by questioning their validity and focusing on evidence that disproves worst-case scenarios. For example, A technology company leader navigating an acquisition acknowledged concerns about job security while emphasizing their value and track record of successful integrations. Deep breathing, taking deep breaths from the diaphragm, signals the body's relaxation response and helps shift out of a threatened state. A healthcare nonprofit director led her team in deep breathing exercises before announcing a merger to promote calm amid uncertainty. Visualization. Imagine anxiety-provoking events unfolding smoothly to gain perspective and feel a sense of control. A manufacturing VP scheduled one-on-one meetings to address production transition doubts, visualizing positive discussions. Social support. Rely on trusted advisors to problem-solve challenges and boost confidence. An education superintendent formed a crisis management cabinet of former leaders for guidance, shifting to blended learning models. Self-care. Make time for relaxing activities shown to reduce cortisol like exercise, sleep, and leisure pursuits. A retail CEO prioritized weekend hikes as part of change planning health routines to recharge before implementation began. Positive self-talk. Replace anxious self-criticism with encouragement and validation of strengths. A municipal government mayor affirmed resilience through past transitions when public forums illuminated infrastructure project concerns. With regular practice, these evidenced methods enhance emotional regulation abilities and create new neuropathways for responding adaptively versus anxiously to stressors. Leaders who model such skills encourage comparable resilience in their teams facing uncertainty. Conclusion. Leading organizational change inherently introduces uncertainty that activates the brain's threat detection response. However, openly displaying anxiety can compromise the optimism and stability teams need during transitions. Understanding personal anxiety triggers and developing coping strategies, grounded in self-awareness and scientific research, allows leaders to manage these feelings adaptively. They can acknowledge tensions around change while projecting confidence in the process. In this way, anxiety management becomes a key leadership competency, particularly for driving organizational adaptation. With diligent practice, both for personal well-being and role modeling purposes, leaders can support team resilience through uncertainty with poised emotional regulation.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the podcast. We hope you stay healthy and safe, and please join us again soon.